Catch up on all the live shows right here on africatechradio.com.
Smooth. It's more like having an automated system where you're just being taken care of. You don't need to stress. Don't go about looking for the news. Don't go about looking for what's happening around you. We'll bring you all of that stories, interesting convos, everything. It's CruiseCntrl, and of course my wonderful, beautiful name is Bookii. Yay! I feel like when I call my name, there's always rainbow and sunshine around my name. Yeah. Then when I add, do you guys listen to Africa Tech Radio? It's more like, yo, I'm putting you on because we're about taking over. We are taking over. We are Africa's #1 technology radio. I said that because that's what it is. We're bringing you all the updates, news, and of course, any information around the tech industry or tech space, tech ecosystem, whatever you choose to call it. We're your #1 Africa's technology radio. So trust us to bring you all the info, and of course our conversations are top notch. We bring game changers on here and have interesting conversations that are social relevant and they matter to you and I, and of course they are solution based also, and they help us break down information that we really don't get or we want to spread around. All of those great stuff we do here 24/7, 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, 12 a.m. all the way till 4 p.m. And of course the show has already started. You're just listening to my voice, but the show has started in earnest since 12 p.m. We've been kicking it, and we've got a lot of great stuff planned out for you guys today. When I come back, we'll jump into all the news updates and of course get into the business of Tuesday. Once again, welcome to CruiseCntrl, and let's have a great time. But first of all, let's get some information around what's happening when we look at the blockchain development. Stick around, guys, and of course more great stuff coming your way.
You're listening to CruiseCntrl.
And yes, we are back. We're still riding on CruiseCntrl. Yes. I had to be hitting you guys with some good Afro jams right there because we are Africa's #1 technology radio. So while we're giving you all the tech updates and letting you know what's up, we still got you when it comes to the music. I mean, we're not slacking. Yeah, we aren't. So I bet you enjoyed my playlist. Let me give you a rundown of the songs I played before just jumping into the news. So I went off with Nini Ola, Too Sweet, and Diamond Platnumz with Fire, featuring our own African bad girl Tiwa Savage, and Sabrina with Abele, featuring Kofi Olomide. Kofi has always been an OG when it comes to giving us all of those makosa. If you know, you know. If you don't know, forget about it. And of course, we are back on Mikasa, Feeling You. And that's because you have to feel the news I'm about to give you now. You know, Afrobeat is like the trendiest thing right now. Everyone is trying to jump on Afrobeat rave. Like, they're trying to jump on the genre, maybe promote an artist, maybe get a song, maybe get a feature, maybe just put them onto their music events and all of that great stuff. We've seen a lot of international acts featuring with Afrobeat artists, and of course right now it's different in the tech space, guys, because you're wondering like, why are you telling us about Afrobeat when it's tech? Yes, calm down. Remember there was a particular interview I had on NFT, yes, where you can now put out your content, put it up on the blockchain and have it sold out to so many people, getting copyright of that particular creation of yours. Right now we're moving up a notch. You can now own copyright and get royalty from your favorite Afrobeat artist. How is that? Yeah, calm down. So tech platform wants you to invest in the next Afrobeat star. How do you do it? How do you get to be part of it? I feel like I should give you this gist slow. Don't worry. I'm here for you. So when we look at the film and music industry in Nigeria, we were once regarded as the people who were trying to break through the door. I mean, from Fela, you know how he has been pushing the Afrobeat genre, and it wasn't really so welcomed. It's just people who have the flair for that kind of sound, the beat, the gyration, and everything that goes towards the angle of enjoying content like that. But new, fast, old artists have been able to put their spin on it, and putting their spin on it now have people from cross borders, from international spaces coming, and just the attention is now expanding basically. So we now have a cultural export of Afrobeats, but everyone these days is wondering, you know what can I invest? Where can I put my money? Tech seems to be very lucrative when you look at it. And of course, this is also another channel where the genre is not only giving us the global appeal. When I come back, get to round up this. Ashikolo, Fino, and Zoro teaming up on that great drama right there. And you are still on CruiseCntrl. My name is Bookii. I was giving you top story before the music cut in, and I was talking about how music has now become a global cultural export for us. Formerly it used to be movies where we're pushing borders with our films, with getting features on all those foreign films, looking for African act. Right now music is doing great. When we look at the scene, entertainment is just another channel where there's dominance basically. So if you look at it, Africans are not slacking anymore. Everybody's trying to push their beats through that border, through that gate, because there's actually something they call the gatekeepers. I remember a few years ago I listened to some podcasts and they talked about how it's so hard to get through these gatekeepers. These are like people who put your song through on bigger platforms, and trying to get all those global platforms where it was like really hard back then, but right now it's like very easy. Everybody can just get their song plugged onto big platforms. I'm talking the likes of Apple, the likes of top Billboard charts. I'm talking even the great Spotify. Now we have Spotify in sub-Saharan Africa, catering for African act, and of course giving them that space to fully culturally express themselves. Right now artists are taking it way higher now. So if you're listening and you're wondering, oh, how is this news beneficial to me, just calm down. So right now you don't have to just stream and listen to songs alone. This is where tech comes in. On all these platforms that are technically operational, so you can now earn royalty by buying copyright of that song. So the more you buy shares of the particular song, the more the streaming power, the more the earning power, the more the potentiality for you to earn something in royalty. And taking it up another notch, the crypto guys are telling us that, you know what, streaming doesn't do much power when you look at the financial generation, like how they generate their finance and everything. Right now we'll give you the e-wallet, like you can now buy the copy of the song on the blockchain. So over the years this song can actually grow and becomes and worth more. So you now have the opportunity to earn more in the nearest future. It could be 1 month, it could be 3 months. And of course these are channels that tech is actually empowering, not just the artist but also the artist fan. How good is that? You see, the news is just sweet, because gone are those days where I have to put all my energies to dance makosa, to dance amapiano, to dance to Fela and shake all my body, break my back and my behind. Now I do all of that just dancing and knowing that, yes, play me that music because my money is running up. Yes, my money is what is flipping. I like the sound of money. You can hear it from my voice. I like it, especially when I find channels or avenue where I can double my money legally. Yes, so Mr. Easy has gone up to put up a post saying, gonna try an experiment on my next release where you guys, the fans, will be able to buy shares on my song, meaning you will own an equity percentage on the song. As you stream and give me dollars, some goes back to you. Ooh. Any money where I get, my enjoyment. So now while you're enjoying the song, you get to make more money. And another artist who has actually jumping on something like this is King Perry, who is signed to the record label of Timaya, and he's actually put up something allowing the fans to actually buy the product, which is a song, and of course get a share from the revenue that they generate. I think this is really good because when it's like everybody's looking for passive way they can increase their income, and of course this is another form where you can yield high returns from projects that you enjoy, that you support, and of course you can't even let your friends jump on it and everybody's laughing to the bank at the end of the day. Even though when they are playing the music at the bank and you have to wait like 30 minutes before getting access to your money, you won't be stressed. You will just know that keep running me that song. You can even start calling all radio stations. You know what, please can you play me that song, play it 5 times. Because the more they play the song, the more your money goes up. And of course you can jump on that on the blockchain system also. Gather all your friends and you guys keep buying. And you know, the more you buy, it gets to a point it looks like this commodity is scarce, and now you know when something is scarce, the prices goes up, and of course your money goes up. See the way I'm giving you all games. Games. So we've looked at people jumping on this conversation. It's a whole lot of things for us to uncover right now, but Nigerians have supported and funded artists and creators offline, so this is a time for them to be able to get something back. And this music movement is actually another great move. I hope to see more people do stuff like this. There are other platforms who are supporting this, who are tech related platforms, but I do not want to sell any brand at the moment because they've not come to me and be like, Bookii, we're doing this thing. This is just news around the blog that I'm sharing with you. So in case you know about guys who are into stuff like this, you can tell them to hit me up and let's talk about this. Maybe they might cut me some check too. We don't know, but let's go enjoy some music. This is Flavor because I like the flavor of money. Minty. It's not really minty, but you get it. It's mint money, clean money, and add me some blue on it. Yes, I love that. This is Flavor with Umu Igbo featuring Biggie Igba. Yeah, I hope I didn't murder the name, but let's enjoy the music. Yes. Who doesn't like CK? If you don't like CK, you need some I don't know what to offer you. Maybe therapy. Yeah, sorry, that felt like a slap to you. Sorry. My name is Bookii, and of course this is CruiseCntrl, and today you can see I told you we're just on a cruise, taking the vibes slow, smooth, enjoying great music, and of course I bring you great information. And today the conversation we had to talk about was, getting royalty for being a fan of an artist. And of course, all thanks to technology, you now have platforms who are giving you that leverage to take your money from just streaming to getting royalties. Artists are jumping on it. They're asking you to buy shares from their songs. And of course, on NFT, you can now be a copyright owner of a song. I don't know. Do you see where this is going? And of course, thinking about how Grammy Awards has created a space or category for Afrobeats. You can see music is not what music used to be in the past. Music is not the music last year. It's like the price yesterday is not the price today. I mean, it keeps going up. It keeps going up. And if you're hearing my voice right now, you start thinking of ways. Look at your bank account once again. Now ask yourself, how can I flip this number? I mean, don't jump into all the scheme and schemers. And you know what I'm talking about, right? I'm sure you know. I'm talking about how we can get our money right legitly. And of course, this is a great channel. This is a great channel for you to look into getting some split cut from being a fan. Even if you're not a fan, just be a supporter of great music. And of course, know about technology. Listen to Africa Tech Radio all the time. You see, life is not that serious over here. Well, we bring you all the serious stuff. Talk about AI. We talk about robots. We talk about different stuff. We go into every nooks and crannies to just bring you the news. And of course, I'm checking out some updates around the ChatGPT. So if you're around the blocks and you've not been hearing or talking about ChatGPT, where have you been? Why are you sleeping under the rock? It's just www.africatechradio.com, and of course, listen live. We've been talking about this every single day. I mean, it's been a revolution for people to actually get response and answers and get breakdown for stuff they're trying to get through. This has come to help people essay strategies, breaking down ideas for you. It's like more like interacting with a partner. Sometimes you're discussing with all these search engines, you have to be so direct. I mean, if you're using them to look for stuff, for ideas, maybe for your businesses, maybe looking at new stuff that you just heard of and you really want to know about it, but you don't really have more information on it, you definitely not go far on search engines. But with ChatGPT, guys, I'm kidding not. Do you get it? That means there's no jokes. Yeah. When you put in something, it breaks it down for you. And of course, somewhere in the US and some other countries have decided to put like a ban to it in the universities, saying that it's helping students cheat. I mean, who doesn't like shortcuts? Tell me, I'll wait. Who doesn't like shortcuts? I do. For someone who did our project herself, I didn't pay anybody. Honestly speaking, I did my project. It was really a lot going to do research and all of that stuff. But now your research can actually be broken down by just interaction with your phone. Just get this artificial intelligence activated, and of course get your data inputs correctly, and that's just a way to go. But now plagiarism has been something that is being battled with, so schools are looking at how they can actually put a ban to this. But all of these fears around the ban, and of course student cheating with AI, artificial intelligence, is just, to me, it's just by the wayside. That doesn't take away from the great things and benefit that this ChatGPT have come to offer us. So while you're leveraging on technology, look at ways you can use it to improve your life. I mean, I know getting good grade is good, but then when you all get the same grade, I mean, we go back to the same level, right? Yeah. So let's look for ways we can actually impute our human effort and of course leverage technology to take it further. ChatGPT is just something I want you guys to just jump on. There are so many people who are struggling right now just because they don't have the know-how or the know-where. And now I'm bringing all of that to you, so it doesn't seem like you're lost. Don't get lost. And don't be struggling too much. I mean, imagine putting 80% effort into something that computer would have actually done for you with just 2% effort. Guys, you push come and pay me. What I've been doing for you is the Lord's work. And it's what? It's marvelous with technology. Yes. This is Africa Tech Radio. My name is Bookii and we are still on Cruise Control. I'll try to get you more gist before I run out of the studio, because 3 o'clock we get on Gloria's Greed. And of course, she has a lot of amazing stuff to tell you guys. But I'm still your party now. I'm still the main girl on the console at the moment. So guys, let me play some music because I'm about to go on shopping spree on ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT some relationship questions. Yeah, that's what I want to use it for. What about you? Let me know what you're using it for. You can actually jump on our social media page at Tech Radio on Instagram, Africa Tech Radio on Twitter, and of course Africa Tech Radio on YouTube. Check us out, and of course don't forget to hit the follow button. Follow us. We love when you do that. We appreciate all our audience, both online, offline, wherever you're listening from. We definitely show love to you by giving you a lot of great content. And of course, if you're tech savvy or not tech savvy or just want to know what's going on, you can check us out. We are Tech Radio on Instagram, Africa Tech Radio on Twitter, and Africa Tech Radio on YouTube. And of course, you're listening to us from www.africatechradio.com. Let's go on a shopping spree with Davido. And yes, we are still on cruise control. Yeah, I like the sound of that. It's just like I'm on a vibe. Nothing is moving me too fast, too slow. I'm just going. And like when you watch all this tech documentation where they are building stuff, you just tend to be on that. Like everything is just on cruise control. Everything knows where to fit in, and you just start working. I don't know. You can't picture what's on my mind, so sorry about that. Don't mind me. Yes, we're talking about giving our schools the opportunity and chance for them to implement artificial intelligence into their courses and of course into the learning system and structure. In a situation where people are afraid that AI is going to replace the smartness of the student or the effort the student put into learning, how about we actually build a system where we take what the generative AI is giving us and we decide to break it down into everybody now putting their brain to work, because those AIs were actually built by someone like you and I, but they actually utilize huge part of their brain. And while you're getting fed by this generative AI, the ChatGPT, and of course, edutech is now something that in the next few years, classrooms are going to look different. The way students learn is going to be different. I mean, rather than getting them scared of utilizing these things that are at their disposal, things that makes learning faster for them, how about we start encouraging them that, okay, while you're being fed by this, how about you just apply yourself to it? I mean, knowledge is power. You can't say, oh, the robots are coming to replace you. The robots are doing too much. How about you start putting in efforts into what you also do? And of course, these computers are there to help you. I mean, some days I just go on documentary to see what was exactly on the minds of those who built these things we're enjoying today, who built these platforms. So while you're concentrating on fintech, you can actually look at edutech. You can also look at agriculture. There are great innovations happening in that sector. Tech is like taking over, guys. It's taking over, and you shouldn't be scared. You should embrace it. You shouldn't be intimidated also. You should find a way where you draw close to it. What's the next big thing? So let me do a true confession for you guys. I remember when I was in school, I think I was just in secondary school then, and Facebook started, and I didn't know how to go about it. I just know that you just post pictures. So the way you guys are using Instagram now was the way I was using it back then. I was just throwing pictures there, and they were hot pictures. They were my early days of showing my hotness, and of course I didn't know how to even do captions and everything. So trust me, I struggled with Twitter. If you're struggling with it or you've had to battle Twitter, don't stress. You and I, we're on the same pedestal right here. I struggled, but I was using Facebook then. You put pictures, and I didn't really know how to write captions and all of that stuff. I was begging God. I kid you, like I used to put it as prayer point that God, please, the next tech innovation that is going to come out. I just teach me how to use it. Teach me how to use it. Then Twitter came out and I still could not handle it. Then I still kept on praying to God that God teach me how to use it. Instagram was out too. I said, okay, I get it. Instagram is like Facebook, just put pictures there and all of that stuff. I still did not know how to build my followings. So for those of you who have actually hacked this whole system of doing this thing, it's genius. Trust me, guys. So don't be afraid. Don't be intimidated. My case was a case of being intimidated by, especially Twitter. I was intimidated by the fact that people have to just keep pouring out their thoughts. And sometimes I feel like my thoughts kind of something I really don't want to share with people, even when it's on a general view. I do like to keep things to myself, so you can bet I really struggle with that, because sometimes they're like, I can't believe you have this kind of thought, it's crazy, I didn't see you like that. Yeah, I'm very judgy. So I thought people were going to do that, not knowing that you're just supposed to embrace this thing, embrace them. And the moment I started embracing it, I kid you not, my followers moved from, I think I struggled to get to 300 on Twitter. You can imagine how many years that people have been generating revenues from this platform. I'm just learning that just say what you have to say. I remember one time while I was still like mentally checking in with myself, and I just said, Bookii, just talk about it. I'm like, sometimes I check in with myself to see how we are doing. And guess what? Over 100 people resonated with something like that. So it means that you're not alone. That thought, that idea you have, you're not alone. It's the same thing with ChatGPT. It gives you an idea. You're not alone. You can share it with your classroom, with the students, and just, of course, give them a space to also express themselves about what ChatGPT have actually proffered them. I mean, it's not just take and submit. There is a meme I saw that said, when they say, do not copy exactly what the next person has written, then you now reverse the word and it's still the same thing. While we're trying to do all of that and getting our essays sorted out and getting all those strategy plans or maybe proposals. I mean, imagine 5 people coming to submit business proposal and the step-by-step arrangement is the same thing because they got it from the same source. Let's still try to apply ourselves. You are wise, you're smart, you're intelligent, your IQ is super high. Don't be intimidated by technology. You can actually be in control and let it help you get to a faster level that you want to get to. Don't let it be in charge of you. Don't be controlled by it. I mean, you can be very, very outstanding in what you do when you come to understand that technology is there to support you. How good is that? Very good. Very, very good to know. I mean, some of us will feel like we're alone doing this on our own. But then when you now have, like, you can flip your phone and in the next few minutes, you've got a partner going through those assignments, going through those proposals, going through those strategies, going through those ideas, breaking it down for you. Isn't that amazing? It is, guys. It is. Yes. So the next technology, guys, I'm telling you, do not be like the old Bookii. Do not be intimidated. Do not be afraid. And don't add it as a prayer point. Just utilize whatever comes your way. Then when it's not good for you, you can push it by the wayside. But once you see that it's good. And another thing is, we're all looking for means to make money. These things are at your fingertips. Influencers were not born different from you. People who are great marketers, people who have great ideas, people who speak so passionately about things. You can actually use this platform, leverage on them and use them to push your products, push your brand, push the next big thing you're trying to put in the market space, push the next innovation that you think could help people solve their problems. I mean, look at how yesterday I was talking about tech appreciation and I just went into fintech, letting you know these guys are covering a huge gap for us. I mean, transactions are easy, simplified. You can now do bigger transactions, pay bills, sort out your utilities from wherever you are. You can pay for stuff like school fees, like salaries, like you can just transfer money to your loved ones wherever you are at the comfort of your home, just because these guys looked at technology and looked at the way they can use it to solve a big problem. And trust me, nobody really visit the bank anymore. Yeah, so maybe that's the fear for the classroom, that students will stop coming to classrooms. But if our teachers also start jumping on this artificial intelligence, start utilizing the open source, start knowing more about the Internet of Things and how the world is really changing and revolving, I feel like everybody is going to be going forward. So unity, guys, let's come together rather than putting a ban to something that is good for us. No, I don't like losing stuff. I like adding up. Someone hearing me now, I'm like, where's this guy getting all this flip, increase, plus, addition, multiply? You see, we don't do negative over here, positive all the way. Yes, this is CruiseCntrl and my name is Bookii, and of course you're riding with me till 3 o'clock today. So let's get some magic in the system. Let's get magic. Hey, Master KG. But before that, I want to hear some magic system. I'm getting the instrumental, not the song. Okay, got the song. So let's go, guys. Enjoy.
You're listening to CruiseCntrl. Choose us for 100% tech.
Africa Tech Radio.
I've definitely been having an amazing time with you all on Africa Tech Radio. Yes, I know we've been chatting, yapping. I feel like one day you guys are going to tell me off with my singing. I know. But until then, let's deal with it. I mean, speaking of optimizing AI, and of course looking at the way the interference with schooling and students, how they are actually using this open source to source for, their exams, their assignments, their essay, and of course business people also jumping on it. You'll be so shocked, CEOs are also on it. It's a platform where I feel like you can get whatever you search for. And of course, all thanks to the IoT, Internet of Things, making everything easy and possible for us to get whatever we want. I mean, I used to tell people, where your smartness stop, now there another person own continue. So you get it. That's not the literal terms, but if I'm to say it to you, just know that you don't enter one shokoto with me, oh. But at this point, I like to get our African thoughts on things like this, because Africans will go, let me just say tribalistic, so I don't use the other word. They will go tribalistic on stuff like this. And of course, I just came across something that Amazon has implemented into their system. That's automation of payments with your palm. I mean, if you don't have your card, you can now just scan your palm and they get the information if you still have sufficient fund, or your blood is running dry. Insufficient amount. So right now you can actually automate your payments with your palm. I feel like this is not new, because on my phone I don't have to input my password anymore, as long as I've logged in the details of my card to my phone system. So a lot of apps or things I want to pay for, maybe utilizing a platform that needs me to give access to my bank account, all I have to do is just give my fingerprint scan. Do you guys get it? So a palm and a fingerprint is almost the same thing. Well, no two person has the same fingerprint. That's the amazing thing. Yay! No two person has the same fingerprint. No two person has the same palm. I mean, you might have the same number of lines, but when you look at the structure, there are different structure when you look at the prints on your palm. especially the fingers area. Some are loop, some my CBG days. Actually, cell biology and genetics was what I studied, but media is taking over. So I'll get you all of that information, but you can check it up on the internet. It's on the internet. Everything is on the internet. So people are skeptic about this one. Skepticism is one thing around intimidation, like I talked about. So people are like, what about if your hand get chopped off? Who's going to chop you off your hand? Come on. Why are you being negative? And people are like, oh, it was said in the Bible that the end time is going to bring... Oh my goodness, I'm going to be cut short, but I know I'm running out of time here. So I just bought myself extra time to speak with you guys before I run out of the studio. They want me to get out. Yeah. So conspiracy theorists and all of that stuff are jumping on this one. For me, I feel like Amazon has done something great. What do you think, guys? While I run out of the studio, this new information, it's getting people riled up, like looking through the comments, and people are so scared. People are really, really scared. People are scared that people will start stealing hands. It's crazy because when you look at people's mindset, and that's what limits growth. Because when you embrace these things, you see, makes life easy. Over the weekend, I was watching something on YouTube, looking at one thing. They were talking to people in their 80s, so they called them the seniors, and they were asking them, what's one thing that you're struggling with at the moment? And a couple of them talk about how they're struggling to catch up with technology. And I can imagine that for them, seeing that the world that they once knew is totally different now. And that's why we at Africa Tech Radio were trying to help you guys not have to deal with those struggles. Imagine me telling you now that you can actually just be on Amazon with your palm. Isn't that easy? Rather than, I forgot my card in the house and I can't really get this stuff. I've been looking for it and now I found it on here and I can't really... or my bank is actually having to delay my card and everything. You can just pay with your palm. Technology is really advancing, guys. The world we know right now is going to be something totally different next 5-10 years, give or take. Yeah. So while we're thinking about all of this, I want you to have a safe trip driving home. But while you're driving, think about how life could be easier. The next solution could be coming from you. The next big thing could be that idea that has been, just been at the back of your mind that you keep throwing to the back and trying to lock and cage down. Just try to release it. Share it with one person. That person is not enough. Look for channels like this, platforms like this, and we can link you up with things. We have venture capitalists who come on here to have conversation with us, so they help to expand your ideas. They bring sponsors closer to you. They bring investors closer to you. So while you're thinking your ideas are bigger than you, because background is trying to put your back on the ground. Information is powerful. It will help you to be your backbone, to hold you through while you get that idea to the right spot. I feel like I'm already giving you inspiration for the day. My name is Bookii. Once again, I'm running out of the studio, but I'm very much around for glorious green where that comes up. From me to you, of course, it's peace, love, and more music. Until I come your way next time, think about the money and, of course, think about tech.
Thanks for listening, and don't forget to catch up on all the live shows right here on africatechradio.com.